All right, everybody, good afternoon. It is closing in on the end of day one of the Seattle Seahawks mandatory offseason mini camps. And I don't yet have very much information about what's been going on the field at the VMAC, but we do have some news concerning two Seahawks players, two of our best players. And I thought I'd go ahead and shoot a video to discuss it because we got some pretty interesting information over the last few hours, and let's start from the top. So, first of all, the thing I think pretty much everybody knows at this point, Jamal Adams is not there. He is not going to be there. He's excused from attending minicamp, actually. The team has told him they're cool with it. So, basically, it came out a little before my video went up this morning that he was not going to be there, and people assumed, oh, he's doing a soft holdout, kind of. He wants a new contract. Seems like that might not be the case. The Seahawks are aware of a potential family/personal issue with Adams that might be a factor here, according to Jeremy Fowler, and backed up by Brady Henderson on Twitter. So there's something going on with Jamal Adams' family or maybe a close friend. We don't know exactly what's going on, but we know that it's significant enough to where he didn't want to show up to minicamp, and the team apparently knows something about what it is, and they're totally cool with it. It's kind of like when Travis Homer and DJ Dallas didn't show up to the OTAs because of a wedding, and the team was comfortable with that. This maybe is something a little more, I don't know, negative than a wedding. That's kind of the impression that I'm getting. It's something that's not good. But whatever it is, the team has given him an excused absence from the mini camps. And if you take this at Jamal Adams' word, or the Seahawks word, or whichever, then I don't think there's anything to worry about yet. Now, as Jeremy Fowler says in this tweet, Adams does need a new contract either way, and I'm sure he's not going to want to take the field this season without an extension on his contract. So, still something to watch out for, but Jamal Adams is not there. Now, let's talk about the contract side of things, because that's a little more pertinent to us, because that's something this team can control. If Jamal Adams has a family issue or personal issue of some sort, we can't control that. But what we can control is whether or not he's happy with his contract. So, per Brady Henderson on Twitter this morning, my understanding on Jamal Adams' contract situation, there have been discussions with his reps, but as of earlier this month, not much movement towards a deal. I'm told there is still an expectation within the organization that it will get done. I can't imagine a deal not getting done here because of all we gave up to get Jamal Adams, and for as much as he's been not perfect since he got here, he has been very good. I can't imagine there being any buyer's remorse. I can't imagine there being any real Percy Harvin type, like, oh, let's just take the sunk cost and move on. This is not like that. Jamal Adams, hey, he gets hurt a little more than you would like. He gave up some stuff in coverage last year, but he had a really good year still. He's a good player. He's a very good player. He has the potential to be the best safety in the league. He has been the best safety in the league before. So I have to believe that the reason why there hasn't been much movement towards a deal is because both sides are starting out in unreasonable places. And as time goes by, they'll get closer and closer to something that both sides can actually be somewhat happy with. I may make a video in the coming days about what exactly the deal may look like based off recent safety contracts, as well as the leverage Jamal Adams has versus the leverage the team has. But the long story short of all this is Jamal Adams is not there. And if you want to be really pessimistic, I guess you could say that the personal issue or family issue he's supposedly having is just a cover for him demanding a new contract. I don't know. I don't think that's the case. I don't get the sense that that's the case. So that doesn't change the fact that he needs a new contract, however. So at the end of the day, we're kind of in the position I thought we were going to be in. I don't expect Jamal Adams to be very happy about reporting to anything this offseason or even when the season starts until he gets his money. And I think he will. So, yeah. Jamal Adams not there. Alden Smith not there. I think Chris Carson is still not there, but I could be wrong about that. One or two other guys might not be there, and that's it. So basically, as expected, pretty much everybody is there. Not a lot of pushback on that. One other thing from this morning that we're going to go over before we get out of here. There's one player who is there, but he still wants a new contract, and that is Duane Brown. He is there. He is at the VMAC as of right now, but he wants a new contract. And I made a video a couple weeks ago about Duane Brown possibly wanting a contract extension and whether or not it would be smart to give it to him because he's old, he's got a knee problem, but he's still incredibly good. I would like to see what he has in 2021 before I extend him, but we may not be able to get to that point. And this is what you have to do sometimes. These are the gambles you have to make to keep elite players happy. And if we extend Duane Brown and then he goes into 2021 and he's clearly not the same guy or the knee is clearly giving him issues, then gamble lost. But because he has the leverage of being a really good left tackle that we do not have a replacement for right now, we may have to go ahead and give him that extension before the season starts. The good news is that the last time we saw Duane Brown, he was one of the best in the league still. He had a PFF grade of around 90 last year. It was one of his best seasons. Yeah, his knee was giving him problems, but it was not affecting his play negatively. So I made that video a few weeks ago and I said I would be okay with extending Duane Brown, which I never thought I was going to say. This time last year, I was 100% expecting us to cut Duane Brown this offseason. Now I'm thinking, can Duane Brown be here for another 3 years? So the man, he deserves it. He's outplayed his contract. We extended him a few years ago. He outplayed that deal. He's played phenomenal football the last few years. So you can talk about paying a player for past performance. I don't like to do that, but sometimes you have to do that. And sometimes that's the price you pay for getting elite play. You think the Ravens thought that Joe Flacco was worth that contract when they gave it to him? No. Of course they knew he wasn't worth that contract, but he had just won Super Bowl MVP. You have to do it. And that's really all we have from these mini camps so far. Basically one story about one player who isn't there and one player who is there, but could very well exercise his right to not be there if he doesn't get what he wants at some point. We don't know. And we'll talk about some on the field stuff as we get that information. One thing that I am really interested to see that Brady Henderson actually mentioned on Twitter earlier today as well is how are we going to use Benson Mayowa? Is he maybe going to play a little linebacker for us? I was talking about that a couple months ago. Could still see it. So, yeah. Jamal Adams, not there because of personal reasons, but presumably wants a new contract. Duane Brown is there, but definitely wants a new contract. And I think you gotta do them both. Do them both. All right. See you guys later tonight. Peace out. Go Hawks. Probably another video later today, but depends on what information we get. See you guys then.